first to both of you. Obviously, you're a testament to the city of Chicago as the son and the grandson of an immigrant. That here in this great city, the most American of American cities, that if you work hard, share the values of building a great dream, you can be an entrepreneur like both of yourselves. And I want to say you're a testament to the values of this country and also this city. So congratulations to both of you. You must make your parents proud. Now to my free telephone use for a year now that I did that. And then they'll be paying for it. I do want to say, and to all 45 employees, but this is a classic example. Usually these debates get split up between big businesses and small businesses. Sprint's a major company. These are two entrepreneurs. 7 stores, nearly 50 employees. It's not an either or choice. In a neighborhood, in an area that people often say doesn't participate in the economic growth, and as you all just noted, this is a place that's seeing the kind of economic growth we want to see throughout the city of Chicago for people in all parts of the city. And I want to, on behalf of everybody in the city, I want to thank Sprint. I met with Marcelo, the CEO of Sprint, a couple times, talked to numerous times on the phone. I think it's unfortunate now that we text each other so that we're often in such a conversation. But I do appreciate that Sprint chose Chicago as their #1 city to now start their fastest network. And it's a testament also that there'll be 300 jobs created in this effort here in the city of Chicago. It's a symbolic, but also a real statement and gesture that Chicago is their #1 place to launch this effort with this fastest network, with the job creation. Because as we've shown, that if you start to do the necessary things, putting your fiscal house in order, make the tough calls, you want to be part of a city that's on the move. And we're going to bring the digital economy to all parts of the city of Chicago. And I do want to say, although it has not brought up, about 2 months ago, we launched that, and it will be done by the end of this year. Chicago's public transportation system will be the first system nationwide to have 4G throughout the entire system. And Sprint's been a major player in that effort. As I said then, and I want to repeat, public transportation is the new office. Now you guys all go, the employers will like it, the employees will know they're never going to get away from the office now, either on the way to work or on the way home. There's no excuse now not to finish the work. That's going to be interesting news. But Sprint has been a partner already in many efforts. And their ability to not only create the fastest network, the 300 jobs, but open up other retail throughout the city, and then the construction that the hat comes with, is an indication of the work that will have different fronts to it, everything from this kind of storefront, the actual kind of the capital infrastructure that you're going to be making that investment. So that the idea of a digital economy is not reserved to downtown or our central business district. It will be throughout the entire city of Chicago, so that entrepreneurs, families can have, or grandparents for that matter, who want to talk to their children, can have the ability to do that in a new economy that touches all parts of the city of Chicago. And then I want to wrap up on what the alderman said. We're here in one part of his district, this store. Years ago, that would not have happened. We're bringing the economic growth throughout the city of Chicago, and I was just teasing him earlier, because just about a year ago, we opened up the Innovation Center with the University of Chicago for young entrepreneurs who will both be at the University of Chicago using both the business school as well as the engineering school. The capacity then to have a space where they can start early and begin their ideas and economic growth. And we now have Harper Court here, new restaurants here. Across both Kenwood and Bronzeville, we've now gotten received a Tiger grant we worked after from the federal government, building 3 new bridges across Lakeshore Drive. We're building a new park facility or at Art Rec Center for the community, and a new Mariano's. Now it's another part of his ward, but that's the type of economic development we want to see in all parts of the city of Chicago. And when a city's willing to face up to its future, do the things necessary, it will create jobs and economic growth that makes meeting its fiscal challenges all that easier, and then the opportunity to invest in all parts of the city so everybody has a chance to participate in a growing and prosperous city. I've been forthright and upfront about that. I think that's what you need to do with the public, not just before election, every day. Sometimes there are political consequences in that effort. I think it's incumbent as we look forward that my opponent also start to answer some important questions. There were questions raised this morning by the Chicago Tribune about his community organization, and when he was asked days ago about that entity, he was off on the budget by 72%. That's not a rounding error. This morning, when he said he had left it, and I know he's enamored with accounting, he said that he left it in the black. Well, in fact, the audit shows it wasn't in the black. It was bleeding money. And so when you have, one of the reasons Sprint's picking the city of Chicago is because we've been fiscally responsible, doing the necessary things to put our financial house in order. If you have a small community group that does good work, but you leave it in the red, it's not going to give people the confidence to make decisions like Sprint's making to actually bring jobs and economic growth to the city of Chicago. I want to thank Sprint for investing in all parts of the city of Chicago, creating jobs and economic opportunity throughout the city of Chicago, and giving a company like that the confidence to pick the city means doing the tough things necessary, but most importantly, the toughest, being willing to be forthright with people about the direction we're going to go and the decisions we have to make together to build a great city. Thank you.